There's that critter track coming through. Boom. No more critter track. It's now March, and this is the time of year that I like to stroll around in the woods looking for rabbits. The conditions are right, and that's exactly what I'm going to do this weekend. One of the benefits of winter is it allows me access into the wetlands. In the warmer months, these areas are too wet and dense with thick growth for me to venture into, an excellent natural defense that keeps me out. But in the winter, it transforms into a beautiful frozen landscape, making it manageable. And over the years, from what I've seen on this property, the rabbits tend to congregate here. That right there is what I'm looking for. Rabbit tracks. Going right down to that water, into this thick stuff. So last night we got about 3 or 4 inches of some good fresh snow. Now these tracks, they're not completely covered up, so I know that they're relatively fresh. I mean, within the last day or so. Last night was really cold, and today, right now, it's midday. It's about 32 degrees, which is substantially warmer than it was this morning. And then tonight, it's going to dip back down again. So the combination of the fresh snow and the nice warm weather today is good rabbit scouting weather. I like to just walk around in situations like this and see what stories the woods have to tell. I am walking around the woods, seeing what's out here, and if the opportunity presents itself, I'll be eating rabbit tonight. So thank you for joining me, and let's see if we can't find some fresher signs of rabbit. I can tell that this is a fairly well-used area. There's old rabbit tracks all over the place. Not so old that the recent snow buried them. So with any luck, I can find some fresher sign. Or better yet, stumble across a rabbit. Now I am on my own land. I'm really excited to have seen those tracks because that tells me there's definitely rabbits out here, which I suspected as much. We've had quite a few rabbit encounters over the last 8 years, and I build habitat for them. When I'm out here cutting down trees and stuff for firewood, I stack all that brush into big huge piles, and the rabbits love that stuff. And for homesteading and the lifestyle that we do, we give much more than we take, and that makes me feel good. So I don't actively come out here and just mow down all the rabbits that I can. Basically what I'm doing is walking around, looking in the woods, seeing what the woods have to say to me. And if the opportunity presents itself, I'll be eating rabbit tonight. But even if I don't, I'm stoked. It's a beautiful day in the woods, and I saw some sign. I know they're out here, so that's good. What's that pile for?
Rabbits, so we can snatch them.
Right.
And eat them.
Just like that, we have a pretty good pile right there.
Yeah, we do.
That'll protect some rabbits.
But not from us.
That's right. There's definitely a lot of activity in here. They're in this area. But I don't see anything that says today fresh. I'm gonna try some Alpine Start instant coffee. My buddy Craig gave this to me on our last camping trip. Said you gotta try it, it's really good. So I'm giving it a shot. Man, that's really good. Alpine Start instant coffee with creamer. Yeah, tasty stuff. All right, we got a nice little track running through right there. And this track is on the complete opposite end of the property where I was earlier. I followed this track hoping it would lead me to more. Instead, it led me to the property boundary, making that rabbit safe from me. At this point, I had been in the woods for 5 hours. It was time to call it a day. I'll be out here again tomorrow retracing my steps. On the way out of the woods, I see I'm not the only one out here tracking rabbits. Now this right here is what I'm talking about. This is the woods telling stories. Right there, we got a little woodland creature. Tracks making its way through. Bam! That's where the owl took it. You can see feather impressions right there. You can see the impressions that the feathers made. That's really cool. There's that critter track coming through. Boom. No more critter track. Now that's really cool. It's exactly what I'm out here for. Just as much as I'm looking for rabbits to put in the freezer and eat, I'm looking for those stories as well. Somebody lives in there. Neat. The following day, I was back out there retracing my steps looking for fresh sign, and there were none. However, I spent an enjoyable day in the woods, looking and listening, and the story was quite clear. There's not enough sign of rabbit here for me to be willing to take some this year.